Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Grix, and today I am featuring Arrow in the GunBound Academy Explained series. Now, you guys might wonder, hey, didn't you already do one? Or wasn't it a while ago that was your second explain? And yes, you are not wrong. However, still did catch some of my mistakes and fact checked me, and we tested it. And yes, I admit I was wrong. But it's all about 2022 right now, right? Like, if you can find any way possible to admit that you're at fault, do it. If not, blame the guy next to you and stick to it, because that's all about 2021 and 2022. Never your fault unless you know for sure, or if you have the balls to admit it, then yeah, it's your fault. But if you don't, blame it on the guy next to you. And yeah, but anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the GunBound Explained series. If I am able to help you guys with your gameplay, just, I don't know, increase it by at least a marginal 5% or so, I'm doing my job, and I hope you guys enjoyed the series as much as I do. Of course, support me by subscribing. Actually, wait, scratch that. Support Sil and I, because he was the one who helped me with this. Support Sil and I by subscribing, hitting the notification bell, smashing the like, and leaving a comment below for Sil to read. I'm not gonna ask for dick pics today, but on your own time, if you want, send genital regional area pictures to Sil. He would absolutely love it. Anyway, see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to the GB Academy series, where I explain the tank to a great level of knowledge, or specific. God, I can't say that fucking word. Specification. All right. Today we are just redoing Arrow, mainly because Sil fat checked me and he's like, bro, the fuck? And I'm like, oh shit, the fuck. Alright, I guess we gotta redo it. Alright, starting off with Arrow, the pros and the cons. I updated since the last time I made this list, so stacking is not even included. Like, they took away stacking. I'm so fucking mad. Alright, pros. The range is absolutely the best out of the game. Damage is, I would like to say, above mediocre, so that's still pretty good. Cloud effects, I mean, it makes it even fucking better, because you get 3 arrows, and with S1 you still get triple the hit because of the 3 arrows at the backlash. Okay, so ghost projectile with SS, meaning you can go hide and snipe away. And yeah, ghost projectile is always the best. The cons, however, we got a ton of them. HP sitting at 600, maxed out 649. Not the best. Glass cannon. Climbing is complete crap. Difficult with tailwind, and I'll explain it a little bit later. S2 close range. Again, I'll explain that as we go on. Now, if you shoot and the red, like your triple arrow transforms and exposes before the tornado, basically when those 3 arrows go through a tornado, just imagine how big the 3 arrow hitbox is without just on a normal hit. It's wide. Okay, you can't even land all 3 arrows on one target. That's how wide it is. When you go through a tornado, it makes it even further apart, so your damage is significantly reduced. So one thing to note is I would shoot past the tornado, then have the 3 arrows transform. But then sometimes it doesn't always work out that way, so you're just gonna have to hope and pray. But yeah, that is all for the pros and the cons. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Alright, starting off with northwest wind. Just like most standard tanks, the ratio is 3 to 1, basically 33%. If the wind count is 3, you move the ruler by front +1, okay, in front of the tank. And that's it. If you guys haven't noticed, most of the north and south wind is always going to be at a ratio of 3 to 1. There are only a few tanks that changes that, and I'll let you guys know when I feature it on the explain, but until then, 3 to 1, meaning perfectly north. You can only move the ruler between 0 to 4, so technically there's a 20 to 25% chance of hitting it, so that's a pretty high percent. Just know you're divisible by 3 and you'll always be good. Anyways, moving on over to northeast, the little trickier one. Arrow is the type of tank that has the 120% ratio, which is 1 to 1.2, aka 120%. I'll give you the conversion chart. Did I include it, or no, I did not? So I'll give you the conversion chart a little bit later, but just so you know, if the wind is 10, times it by 1.2, aka 12, then you move the ruler by 12. Now, if the wind is 12, you move it by 14.5. Okay? Chances are you're just gonna eventually remember the 120% conversion charts. If you don't, I don't know, write it on the list and have it in front of your computer. I don't know, whichever way tickles your fancy. But for most part, 120% is the second standard, meaning most tanks who are not at 100% ratio, they're mostly and usually are always 120%. So if you know how to play Arrow, you will know how to play a lot of other tanks. Anyways, moving on over to East Wind, that hasn't changed. Usually Northeast and East, they never change. So the ratio again is still at 120%. Ratio is 1 to 1.2. Just remember your conversion rates, which I will provide later, and you can take a screenshot, whatever. Or you can just fast forward it to the end of the visual. Okay, so moving on over. Okay, this is where I made the mistake where Southeast Wind, previously I admit, I said the conversion rate is 75%. I thought it was for some reason, unless they changed it. Mind you, I haven't played Arrows like for almost a year. I touch them on and off, but not as a tank that I play. I usually use it to stack. Now that they took that away, and before I was pretty certain it was the ratio was 75%, but I guess they changed it. I know they have changed tanks in the past, aka Phoenix. So now it is at 50% of what the wind count is at full power. So if you're shooting half power, for me, I am playing the game on an iPad 12.9-inch screen, and I use kind of this little marker here that I'm moving here, as you guys can see, as an indicator as to what 50% is for majority of the map. I use that as a guideline. Of course, if you play on Steam or on an emulator or on a phone, you're gonna have to figure out what 50% is to you and just make a mental note on that. But anyways, Southeast Wind, if you are far enough, 50% full power of whatever the wind count is, and yeah, you'll be good and golden. Okay. Moving on over to South Wind, it's the complete polar opposite, which is 3 to 1, aka 33%. However, this time we're moving it behind the tank, aka minus rulers. So if the wind count is 3, you move the count by -1. If it is 6, -2. If it's 9, -3. If it's 12, -4. Okay, so anywhere in between, you just add 0.3 or 0.25, whichever one works. Okay, so I know it's hard, but hey, you guys have the capability to zoom in quick and at your disposal. I don't have it, so I just gotta play by feel sometimes. But if you guys can zoom in, I highly would recommend you to use that because it makes things a lot more accurate. Anyways, moving on over to Southwest Wind. Southwest Wind, just like most tanks with a very good capability of range, the ratio is 100%, 1 to 1. Normally, standard tank is about 75%, but here we have 1 to 1. Okay, I am not gonna include close range, risky shot position on this one, mainly because, again, I will explain later, it just doesn't work for S2 when you're using it for close range. But arrows should be played like a sniper. You never play sniper classes close range. It just doesn't make sense. But luckily S1 gives you the capability to do so, but it's just not that great and strong now that stacking is taken out of the game. So anyways, that's how I see it. Alright, so, and if, for example, if you guys, I don't know why I include this, I feel like you guys are smarter than this, but anyways, if the wind is 8, you move the ruler by -8, aka behind the tank. Okay, that's it. Moving on over, west wind. Now this is where it gets tricky. The aspect ratio 1 to 1.2 stays the same, right, for medium distance, but for further out distance it's 100%, just like normal tanks. Okay, if you are within close proximity, west wind, the count is 1 to 1, but if it's further out, the count is 80%, which is the ratio 5 to 4. Same with arrow here, but the only difference is the threshold that we're starting off with is 120%. So if you're shooting very, very far away, you take away that 20%, which ends up being 1 to 1. So if you are shooting within close proximity, so for instance, if let's say you, I don't know, Sil, help me out here. The tank is here. I don't even know if he's gonna be able to do this. If you are here and your enemy is here, right, you have to include that conversion rate. If, let's say, it's a very wide map and you are here and your enemy is here, then yeah, the conversion rate is still just at 1 to 1 rather than the 1 to 1.2. Alright, and here I explain, let's see, oh god. Alright, if and when enemy tank is close proximity, close range, risky shot position, do not attempt to use S2 full power or half power, because, alright, are you ready? White line will be pushed to the negative degree, causing the 3 arrows to split behind you. I'm sure many of you have had that happen and you're just like, question mark, what the fuck? The main thing is, if the white line gets pushed in the negative degree, meaning behind you, the arrow obviously will split behind you and you'll look like a fool. So don't be a fool and look at your white line. I always tell everyone this. Always use the ruler as the first degree measure of measurement and then look at the white line to see if it makes sense. Only that and then will you be able to always be accurate, because if you only follow a specific formula, a ruler guideline, or even this method, it's not always going to help you, because sometimes the white line changes and the aspect ratio changes as well. So one thing to note. Okay, so anyways, moving on. Is that it? Oh no, okay, so we have northwest wind. Again, that was my mistake. I swear to god it was 75% the last time I made a note of this. But anyways, it is not anymore, so it is 50%. Like any standard tank, just don't do it too close, because as long as it is west wind, you will always have a chance of your arrow being pushed back, especially at higher winds like 8 and above. It really pushes the white line that much further back, and then chances are you will have the arrow split behind you, and then people just laugh and all that stuff. So anyways, don't do that. And oh, here is the conversion rate system, or not system, but here is the conversion rate chart for all you fucking lazy assholes. But that's okay, that's what I'm here for. The ratio. All right, let's quickly dive into it. Okay, if the wind is 1 at the 1.2 conversion, obviously it's just 1.2. If it's 2, I would aim 2.5. If it's 3, I would aim 3.5. If it's 4, I would aim 5. If it's 5, I would aim 6. If it's 7, I would. If it's 6, I would aim 7-ish. And if it's 8, I would. If it's 7, sorry. If it's 7, I would aim 8.5. Basically, at 7, I just add 1.5 because I know, right? 5 is 1, and in between 5 and 10 is 7.5. So you add that 0.5, so I know for sure. That's how I make a mental note. If it's 7, add 1.5. And then if it's 8, you make it 9.5. Don't go 10. you will miss quite a bit because that the threshold is within, under 0.5. You will still land a pretty decent good hit if you're within the threshold of 0.25, but anywhere further than that, it ends up looking like you hit, but you just don't get your full damage. So yeah, don't go full 10. Go 9.5 is what I would recommend. Anyways, 9 is 11, 10 is 12, 11 is 13, and 12 is 14.5, aka 3 full rulers. Actually, no, 1.5 because 1 ruler is 10. So 1.5 rulers. So if you have the capability to measure because you have the land, great. If not, I don't know, you just gotta play by feel at that point because there's no land. You just gotta kind of visualize or do what Sil does. He actually, marks it with the toggle, like, move here, hit here, and caution. He uses that point and points it on the map incrementally and aim. I can't do that as quick as he can, but if you guys can use that method, it will definitely help you to aim for the ruler that you're looking for. So anyways, hopefully that helps. I give a shout out for Sil because I don't know if you guys already do that, but to me that's his technique, so I'm gonna give him credit where credit is due. But let me see. Oh, I just tell you guys, happy sniping. Okay, happy sniping. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully this new update will last. I don't know when and if they ever change the calculation. I know they have for Phoenix for some odd reason, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this series as much as Sil and I do. But if you want more, let us know in the comments below what tanks you want me to explain, what tanks you want us to explore. Otherwise, I'll just use the same regular tanks I always use, my bread and butter, to get me to Hero 1, and sometimes I might touch on the new tanks, but rarely do I. So help me help you. So I will see you guys in the next video.